Alright, what up YouTube? Doing another update of the Cannondale. This will probably be one of the last ones before I have it all done. So lighting's a little poor in the garage here, but I do have the front wheels all locked in place. The suspension's all on. I got this cool front fender, which was from a late 90s CR 250, and it's real fun to try to find one in silver. But I just wanted silver on the front end, fading to black on the back end. And I've got my front number plate on there. You can see an air filter inside. All the little doodads that would route your hoses. And I've got the kill switch here and the start one over here. These wafers were just like so cool, those buttons. So cables are in good shape. I'm reusing the throttle and the clutch cable, but I got a new old stock perch. So, and the quick adjuster works really nice. Got all, like everything was torn apart, cleaned, put back together. Filters are locked in place. My fuel pump is mounted, and I've got some actual bands, that these rubber isolators that it should have. The lines are all fully installed. I just have to wait for this part until I get the gas tank on. And the engine has been in there for a while, but now it's got the wire harness. And this thing was a real packaging nightmare. Things get real tight over on this right side with this big bundle. This hose would not be here. I've rerouted it. It would normally come straight up through here, just, you know, point A to point B kind of thing. But I've got it hiding behind that spar. So that's why I have this little extension in there and it's running in a different direction. But all the harnesses are plugged in, everything's clipped. I was advised to put zippy ties on that coil plug. I don't know if that's a common problem for those to come off. New spark plug. Tail section is all done. I've got the computer all locked in place. All this stuff is mounted. You know, the, I don't know what you'd call that, the regulator. Everything's mounted. All the harnesses are routed. I have to do a couple little zip ties. I think this is the one I'm still waiting on. This goes to the starter. So I'll wait till that's all fully installed before I tuck it away as good as I can. Lithium battery. I think it's all locked in place top to bottom with these foam blocks. I just have to come up with a different method to zip or to retain that with some kind of a holder, because I don't have that original part anymore. Exhaust. I cleaned that thing up as good as I could. Not perfect, but at least it shines with the rest of it. Tail section, you know, this tub that everything's mounted in, and the new fender are on. I've got all my bolts in place, all those little fasteners that it should have, mud flap. This bolt right here is running to the positive terminal on the battery, so you can jump it. And the rear brake line has got an obstruction in it. I've never seen that happen, but fluid is not transferring. So I was waiting to get another brake line. I just gave up with that one. But I think that's where everything is going to live as far as those hoses. All my little modified covers seem like they're going to work. And I think the next time I show this video, it's probably going to be all together and have all the nice little finishing touches, you know, some of the decals on the fenders as soon as I can figure that out. And getting a little excited and a little apprehensive to see what happens when you turn this thing over. Because with that battery, it should fire up if the engine's happy. And if the engine's not happy, that's going to be a whole nother situation. And then just so you can see this cover, there's some moisture out here in the garage, but that has dulled quite a bit. So I will probably take that off, repolish it, and then maybe put a little sealant on it. But this thing is just about done. You know, just have to say, it's not as easy as it looks. You know, with all these other bikes, you know, any one of these, you've got plenty of pictures, you've got plenty of parts, you got plenty of support, other people that have restored them. When it comes to this one, man, you don't have a lot of pictures. You got like a motocross action article, a couple manuals, like you'll see over here. But sometimes you just gotta reach out to people in the community and try to figure out what's going on. And it can take some time. The one last thing I was going to show you, these handlebars, I thought they were original. That's why I kept them. Turns out they're not. But I do need a bar with a cross pad, or a crossbar, so I can put that pad on there. So I thought I'll just go ahead and keep these. Well, there's not enough room on this side. You can see I've got the perch cranked all the way in. This is butted up against the perch, throttle housing up against that. And it all works, but the housing was sticking out past the bar considerably. Like right now you can see it's fairly flush. Like I feel better with that. But I had to put a pile of washers in there, and then I used an insert from some bark busters. So that's what I ended up doing, just to make that bar a little bit longer so it could fit everything. And I just did this, quite honestly, because I was lazy. I didn't want to have to take the bars off, take all this stuff off, try to figure out if I have another set of bars that even look okay. It was just easier to do that. Just had to sit down with the grinder, make sure that it's all pretty much even. That's all been Loctited, so I don't think it's going to move. And I don't think this is going to see a lot of riding anyway. But just something to keep my eye on. I may want some bars in the future. But yeah, the bike is coming together. I think all my parts are going to be consolidated pretty soon. And hopefully next update, it'll make some noise. Thanks for watching. Peace.